Oh, you, open your eyes. The air smells of concrete dust and absolute emptiness. There is no furniture in the room, no TV, no pictures on the walls. Boxes of belongings were given away to random passers-by long ago, and your old life has been erased like a bad, rough draft. You simply realized that the rules of this game were invented by someone else and decided to leave the table. But the system does not forgive those who stop believing in it. Your loved ones think you are crazy. Your career is reset to zero. There is only one object lying on the bare, cold floor, a formatted metal flash drive. Inside it is emptiness, a blank slate with no more social masks and no more expectations from others. You are a ghost who erased yourself from the database. But what if we rewind time? What if we look at how you woke up from this hypnosis step by step until you were left alone with this metal flash drive? The path is chosen. Noisy shopping mall. Friday evening, your evening smells of fried food court grease and new plastic. You are walking through a crowd under blinding neon light. You are the sleeper, the very first level of awareness. Your workday is 8 hours of monotonously shuffling papers, so that on Friday you can exchange your exhaustion for things you don't need. Your routine consists of chasing approval. You sincerely believe that a new status or brand will make you happy. On the shiny glass of a display case holding the latest smartphone, right above the astronomical price tag, a tiny snail in a fedora hat freezes in place. You blink, and the vision dissolves in the glare. You are holding a credit contract. If you sign it, you will get the momentary joy of a purchase, but you will give the system another year of your slave labor. If you refuse and walk away empty-handed, for the first time, you will feel a strange, frightening emptiness inside. What do? Choose. Sign the contract, or walk away empty-handed. A man in a beige coat slowly steps out of the shadows of a blinking ATM. His gray hair looks too real in this plastic world. Detective Jimmy pulls the torn credit contract from the trash can. His partner, a snail in a minicoat, carefully studies the barcode on the paper. You are not buying things, you are buying anesthesia, Jimmy says calmly, smoothing out the contract. This is the hedonic treadmill. Your brain adapts to any purchase in a couple of days, forcing you to run faster just to stay in the exact same place. Expensive restaurant. Late evening, you are the participant. The second level of the system. The air is saturated with expensive perfume and fake smiles. Your routine is dating by a memorized template. Flowers, standard compliments, conversations about careers and vacation plans. You are playing the role of a successful person because that is what is expected in your social circle. On the rim of your crystal wine glass, the wet trail of a snail slowly pulsates. The person across from you is expecting a serious commitment. Society says the time has come to settle down and get a mortgage. If you say the memorized words of love, you will gain social approval and a quiet, predictable old age in a golden cage. If you break the script and say that you feel nothing, you will destroy someone else's hopes and become a traitor in the eyes of your friends. Choose, play the role, or break the script. Jimmy sits at the empty table next to yours. He picks up the velvet box you left behind. The snail crawls slowly across the red silk. Your desires do not belong to you, the detective says quietly, snapping the box shut with a hollow thud. Social conditioning. Your need to meet the expectations of the pack is so strong that you are ready to fake love just to avoid being exiled from the tribe. Office, kitchen, early morning, you are the glitch. The third level. The crisis has begun. Your morning smells of cheap instant coffee and panic. Your routine is broken by news of a global crisis and collapsing markets. You endlessly scroll through a feed of catastrophes, realizing that the familiar world could disappear at any second. But all around you, your colleagues are seriously discussing the color of new business cards. On the screen of the plasma TV showing the breaking news, a snail freezes, blocking the news ticker. Your boss demands you submit the quarterly report before lunch. Ordinary things suddenly seem like total absurdity against the backdrop of a global end. If you return to your desk and start making the report, you will keep your job, hiding from reality behind your routine. If you laugh in his face and walk out of the office, you will lose your income, but you will permanently exit the matrix. Choose, make the report, or leave forever. Jimmy leans against the humming refrigerator. He picks up the mug of cold coffee you left on the counter. The snail freezes on the ceramic rim. You saw that the scenery is made of cardboard, Jimmy says, looking at the dark liquid. Ontological shock. The moment your baseline picture of the world collapses, your brain cannot accept that filling out spreadsheets has no meaning in the face of a real catastrophe. Dark bedroom. You are the paralyzed, the fourth level stupor. The air in the room is stale and heavy. Your routine is lying in bed and staring at the gray ceiling. You no longer see the point of making the bed or brewing coffee. You have calculated all outcomes 10 steps ahead. Any action seems like a meaningless waste of energy. On the face of the stopped digital clock, the snail in the hat slowly twitches its antennae. By the way, if you are lying in bed right now, feeling this exact paralysis, pause the video, take a deep breath, hit the like button, and subscribe to the channel. The YouTube algorithm, just like real life, ignores those who show no signs of life. Support Jimmy and me so we can keep hacking this code together with you. Your phone rings. Your family demands that you pull yourself together. If you force yourself to get up and stretch a smile across your face, you will return to society, but you will slowly rot from the inside out from hypocrisy. If you decline the call and sink deeper into apathy, you protect yourself from the lies, but you risk going insane from the isolation. Choose fake a life or decline the call. Jimmy stands by the tightly drawn curtains. He picks up your vibrating phone from the nightstand. The snail crawls across the glowing screen, showing the missed call. You are stuck between worlds, the detective states, dismissing the notification. Depersonalization, a psychological defense mechanism that shuts off your emotions during an overload. You watch your life from the outside, as if watching a boring movie where they forgot to write a script. Glowing monitor. Deep night, you are the escapist. The fifth level. Fading into the shadows. Your room is lit only by the blue light of the monitor. Your routine is open worlds, games, and simulations. You spend hours just walking through the night city in GTA, avoiding any real attachments so that you can never be hurt again. The people outside the window seem like ants to you, scurrying around for illusions. On the thumbstick of your gamepad, the snail freezes for a second before you brush it away with your finger. A message from an old friend pops up on your messenger. He is in a bad place. He asks for help and a real conversation. If you answer and let him into your world, you risk feeling the pain and disappointment of this world all over again. If you delete the message and continue playing, you preserve your absolute safety in a digital vacuum. Choose, answer the friend or delete the message. Jimmy steps out from behind the dark computer tower. He picks up your discarded gamepad. The snail thoughtfully feels the plastic buttons. You chose anesthesia over life. Jimmy sighs heavily. Avoidant attachment. You realized the fragility of connections and decided that the best way not to lose is to never find anything again. Your safety has turned into your very own prison. Neon-lit street. Before dawn, you are the nihilist. The sixth level. The abyss. The cold wind hits your face. Your routine is wandering down empty night avenues. You see right through the matrix, how marketers, politicians, and algorithms work. Nothing has meaning. We are just carbon-based life forms on a piece of rock. On the metal casing of the flash drive clutched in your hand, a wet trail remains. The Snail. It is that exact same flash drive from the prologue. The mirror clue has closed the loop. It holds your entire past life, photos, contacts, projects. If you keep it, you preserve a thin thread connecting you to humanity. If you format it right now at the street terminal, you erase your identity completely and embrace absolute emptiness. Choose, keep the past or format the drive. Jimmy stands under the flickering street lamp. He picks up the wiped, empty flash drive from the concrete. The Snail crawls slowly across its cold metal. You looked into the abyss, and it swallowed you. The detective notes, philosophically, existential nihilism. The realization that the universe has no script for you. But most people break exactly here, confusing the absence of meaning with the end of the road. Skyscraper roof. Dawn, you are the Demiurge, the seventh, final level. The sky is painted in gold and pink. The air smells of morning freshness and absolute crystalline freedom. Your routine now is creation for the sake of the process itself. You understand that if there is no meaning, it means you can invent it yourself. You are no longer afraid of judgment, failures, or crises, because in the end, the game will be over anyway. On the blank page of a notebook lying on the parapet, the Snail rests, bathing in the first rays of the sun. You are standing on the edge. If you keep this knowledge only for yourself, you will live a happy but selfish life as an observer. If you go back down and start building your own rules of the game for others, you will become a demiurge, reshaping reality. The final crossroads. Choose. Stay at the top or go down to the people. Jimmy leans against the parapet next to you. He looks out at the waking city. The Snail crosses onto the blank page of the notebook. Optimistic nihilism, the detective says, and for the first time, a slight smile appears on his face. If the flash drive is going to be wiped anyway, there is no point in fearing mistakes. You can write the most incredible story on it. It's time to look into the archives and understand how this hack of reality works. Jimmy's archive. Jimmy opens the heavy steel door labeled archive. Inside, on the metal shelves, lie torn credit contracts, cold coffee, and wiped flash drives. The sleeper's case. Hedonic Treadmill. The Snail slowly crawls across a glossy advertising brochure, a psychological mechanism where a person quickly returns to a baseline level of happiness after major positive events. Buying a new car or gaining a status boost only provides a short-term dopamine spike. The system uses this bug to force us to consume endlessly, exchanging time for emotions that evaporate in a week. If you do not learn to generate joy from within, you will run on the wheel until you die. Google Hedonic Treadmill Psychology. The participant's case, social conditioning. The Snail freezes on an empty velvet box. The deep sociological need of primates to conform for survival. Our brain physically experiences pain at the threat of social ostracism. This is exactly why we enter marriages we don't need and take out mortgages just to fit in. The prefrontal cortex forces us to imitate the scripts of others, blocking our true, non-standard desires. Google social conditioning and conformity. The glitches case. Ontological shock. The Snail crawls across a shattered smartphone screen, a state that arises from the sudden and complete destruction of one's worldview. When a global catastrophe hits, routine actions lose their foundation. The psyche cannot integrate the absurdity of what is happening, which triggers panic attacks or nervous laughter. This is the first, most painful step out of the matrix, when old rules no longer work and new ones don't exist yet. Google Ontological shock, reality breakdown. The escapist's case, avoidant attachment. The snail hides in its shell on the gamepad buttons. A mechanism of hyper-independence that forms as a defense against potential pain. A person with a high level of awareness sees manipulations and likely betrayals in advance. To avoid risking it, they retreat into digital isolation and devalue intimacy. This provides absolute safety, but deprives the psyche of its neurobiological stimulus, oxytocin, turning life into a sterile desert. Google. Avoidant attachment style isolation. The Demiurge's case, optimistic nihilism. The snail leaves a shiny trail on a blank sheet of paper. A philosophical and psychological concept that accepts the meaninglessness of the universe, not as a tragedy, but as a blank canvas. If there is no objective meaning, then we are free from cosmic responsibility. Realizing this removes anxiety, the fear of making mistakes, and social pressure, unleashing massive creative energy to build your own rules of the game. Google. Optimistic nihilism philosophy.
Author's commentary. Hello, friends. This is the creator of the Detective Jimmy and Snail channel. While working on this script, I caught myself thinking that we all go through these levels. Every one of us was once a sleeper, chasing things that marketers forced upon us, and almost every one of us has experienced that terrifying stupor. When you watch the news and realize everything we build could burn in a second. Why brew coffee then? Why go to the office? This is the paralysis of the observer. A state where it is very easy to get stuck for years, hiding in video games or cynicism. But the real magic begins at the final level. Nihilism is not the end. It is just a clean, formatted flash drive. If we are just chunks of carbon flying on a rock through the void, it means there are no right or wrong ways to live. Your mistakes have no cosmic significance, which means you can take a risk. You can play this game just for fun, breaking the templates and creating your own worlds. I am incredibly curious, what level of awareness are you at right now? Are you still in stupor, hiding in escapism, or have you already made it to the Demiurge? The link to our community is waiting for you in the pinned comment. Head over there. A poll for this video is already up. Let's see which group has the most of us. This was the Detective Jimmy and Snail channel. See you in the shadows.